Hey everybody, January 16th or so, Saturday. Raining and snowing all at once here in Vermont. And I just want to talk about friendships and family ships and relationships that have been so fractured by these divisive times that we're in and this perpetuation of not only fake news, but, again, I'm going to keep coming back to this Social Dilemma movie that I watched on Netflix that I hope everybody can see. These algorithms have been designed, right, to give us what we need and what's going to keep our attention. And so we're all looking at different stuff. We're all seeing different truths. We have to find a way to agree upon realities that are shared, that truly are shared, so that we can hold those together going forward. To keep an eye on my dog. She can be a little ferocious. Don't worry, I have a roaming collar. I can get her back. There's no one out because it's nasty. I digress. I'm comforting myself. I've had in my own life, a couple of personal relationships that I've just been shocked to find out that we're on different pages. Shocked, initially shocked into this, I don't know how to be with you anymore. I don't know how to connect with you, or I thought we were the same in some important way, and we're so not. And after seeing this movie and really thinking about what's happening in the world and how distracted we all are and how kind of crazy it all is, right? Because we're all right here all the time, scrolling. Our attention is divided. We have moments of centeredness and clarity, but for the most part, we're all just kind of from the hip, winging it. We've developed these worldviews, but our attention span is so short, and so our worldviews are actually based on these like commercial sound bites of some kind, like, Lego building of of a worldview, all these different parts. And we can't connect because of COVID. So we can't just be together. We can't just have conversations together anymore right now in the way that we used to. There's so many things going against the possibility of beautiful unity right now. And so here I am with an attempt to bring us all back to the place of being able to truly see one another. All the friends and family members who we might think, from the hip, we might think they're crazy or they've lost reality or they obviously don't care or whatever the narratives that we make up are, and just like backpedal out of all of that narrative and start by remembering each other's humanity. It works to picture each one of these people as a young innocent child, who wants her needs filled or his needs filled. We have emotional needs, and we need to feel important. We need to feel validated. We need to feel like we know what we're talking about. Whatever all the things are. We need to be contributing. We need to, all the human things that we need to do, right? So each one of us has this little person inside, and we're fulfilling some kind of dharma. And whatever storyline we've taken a hold of, whatever thread we're hanging on to right now, we're pulling apart from each other, And I guess what I want to say is it's inevitable at this point that we're all holding on to different threads. But can they all be like golden threads that are connected at one end or both ends or throughout? Can we not remember to see that we are all the same in that we want what's best? We may not agree at what is best at all. It may look absolutely opposite from one another, but that we're coming from a good place. That can we presume good intention as much as possible. And it may be that there are certain places where we just can't, we just can't. We can't reach that far right now. But let's begin with the places what we can, Perhaps think about one person in your life, or 5, who are steps away from you in your reality. Can you write a love note? Can you send a handwritten note to one person in your life saying, I appreciate your humanity and I trust that you're doing your best, and I look forward to enjoying common ground someday, some way with you. That Rumi poem about, between right doing and wrong doing, there's a field, I'll meet you there, or something. I sabotaged it, but you understand. Can we all do that? Can we all write one letter? Not an email. Do the email if you have to, but snail mail's beautiful and it's impactful and it lays around on the counter and it can be picked up again, That's my invitation today. Let's start building our bridges. Let's imagine these broken apart places, these relationships that we can't connect with, these hurt places. Let's imagine them as, put a visual to it. It's a bridge that's been wiped out by a hurricane, right? A storm has blown through and the other side's way over there and we're not connected anymore. How do we begin? Maybe we begin by just being with the brokenness. Maybe we begin by picking a point to sit upon and just look at it and breathe with it. Notice what we notice, not the 2-second attention span noticing, but the bigger noticing. How much time can we allow ourselves to explore? And are we willing? I hope we're willing. God, I hope we're willing. I have a 9-year-old son. This world is his home. It's going to be where his life is played out, as far as I understand, unless, he gets on a spaceship. But you know what I mean? We have F-35s now. You'll hear those from time to time. For our kids, if not for ourselves, for someone who loves kids, if you don't have kids yourself, for the future, can we commit to a bridge, to building one, to trying to consider the necessary parts in our personal lives to finding a way to connect? I do have a tendency to beat the horse, beat it dead. I'm sorry. It's a terrible metaphor. But I do. So I'll stop here. Thanks for joining this conversation or, being on the other end. Okay, let's write. Let's write one person today.